All right, what's going on, y'all? Here is my hair regrowth update. So this is actually, and I'm looking over here because I have a chart I'm about to show here in a second. But this is actually day 25. So it's been 25 days since I started. I'm trying to figure out this camera angle. All right, so it's been 25 days since I started doing this scalp massage thing. And of course, you know, if you watched my first video, you know that I'm not just doing scalp massage. I'm also doing eating pumpkin seeds every day, at least about a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds, since those are supposed to help to inhibit dihydrotestosterone, DHT, which is one of the main reasons of, you know, for hair thinning in men and whatnot. So I've been pretty consistent. I've done scalp massage every day. Now keep in mind, I'm doing like 2 minutes at a time and usually like twice a day. I haven't done it twice a day every day, but I have done it twice a day most of the time. So let me show you guys this chart that I put together, this rudimentary chart. So if you look at this chart here, like I said, it's a very rudimentary chart. You see, this is where I started on the 16th of July, and I just been kind of marking. If I mark 2 checks in the box, that means that I did a massage session in the morning and then later on at night. You see some of these times I only had one here, you know, here. This week in particular, I was kind of out of town, so I missed a lot of twice a days. But, and I need to mark Sunday because this is where we are today. But anyway, this is what I've been doing, and I am been tracking it with this, like I say, this little makeshift chart. But anyhow, in this video, I'm just gonna kind of show again the kind of methodologies that I'm using to massage. Like I say, I'm only doing 2 minutes because 2 minutes is something that I can kind of like, I know I can commit to and say that I actually did something. Now, what I'm thinking about as we get closer to the you know, month mark, which is just in a few days, what I'm considering doing is just going up to 3 minutes per session. So 3 minutes twice a day. Now, the study that I've seen in the past, it talks about doing way more than this, like 1 20-minute session a day. And that's a lot. That's a lot. Now, you know, if you want something bad, then you know, whatever, but I'm at least going to kind of gradually get myself higher and higher and higher. Because I don't necessarily prefer the idea of doing, you know, something like that 20 minutes in one pop. But anyhow, so this is what I'm doing. So I take this little thing, my wife gave this to me, with these little flexible little things. And I start here on the front. Sorry, I'm looking at my screen here at the same time, but I start here on the front and I'll just kind of do like so. So you just kind of take it, you know, like that. Just kind of go all over the scalp. And the whole premise is that, you know, over time, that DHT perhaps causes like thickening of the scalp, and that scalp massage actually breaks it, you know, breaks up or kind of loosens the scalp and kind of helps to reestablish blood flow and stuff like that. Now keep in mind now, I mean, I've researched this stuff off and on for many years, and I wouldn't have even thought about recording any sort of journey until now because I was afraid of kind of like, you know, being inconsistent, not doing it consistently. And I've done stuff off and on, but I wouldn't even be trying this stuff if I didn't believe that there was like some possibility of it working. But like there are people who've done things like this, and you know, and as they've been like faithful to the process, they've seen, you know, regrowth and whatnot. So I'm like, you know, this is different content than my usual health and fitness content, but I say it's related because it has to do with, you know, the body. So it has to do with health and whatnot, and kind of doing things to kind of reestablish the health of the hair and everything. The next massage technique that I use is just kind of squeezing the scalp. So like basically I just kind of go from the back to the front, and I'm literally doing like this. just squeezing. I squeeze several times and I move up, squeeze several times, and kind of keep on doing that like this. Usually about 10. Then I'll do it again. Do it around the front. Now I only do this one combined with this thing in the evening. Usually in the morning, I'll only do this. And the reason why is because when I do this squeezing technique, what happens is it's kind of like you can kind of see the indentations in the front of my scalp, and it kind of looks weird. So I don't do that, in the morning time, because I'll be going through the day looking kind of crazy and stuff like that. But again, the whole reason I post about this is because it is health related, and then it's also something that a lot of guys over 40 probably can identify with. And then you kind of deal with it the same way you deal with a lot of other health stuff, by basically by being consistent with applying like a certain kind of lifestyle practice, a certain kind of routine, and to see results. And apparently, because of the hair growth phases of, the growth phases of hair, it'll take a while of consistency to see stuff, like months. A lot of times people say 3-4 months to kind of start to see something. But I think the key is just to actually kind of do stuff enough to create a habit so that you don't even think about the results anymore. You just kind of more so have created a habit that you automatically do, and so yeah. All right, so that'll be enough for now. That's definitely been 2 minutes. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show real quick kind of like how everything looks. So if you look at this, it may not necessarily look much different or anything from how it's been. And it's kind of like what I've heard other people talk about too. Like usually in those early phases of kind of sticking to a routine like this, people talk about, and my lighting isn't very good in here, but people talk about kind of seeing like some more thinning. And it would make sense for it to be kind of more so thinning because of the fact that you're using all that friction. You have some of the hairs that will kind of like maybe fall out initially. So it's kind of discouraging. Oh, tell me this. And if you dealt with thinning and stuff like that, you know what I'm talking about. It's one of the most embarrassing things ever. You ever been talking with somebody and then you can tell that they're kind of looking at your hair thinning and whatnot? It's probably something like this, kind of like maybe you say, hey man, how you doing? It's like, hey, I'm good. How you doing? Yeah, man. So yeah, I was going the other day and I saw this person that I know, and then they were like, hey dude, and the person steady kind of looking at you, but then they're looking up, it's like, that's some embarrassing stuff, man. But it is what it is. But anyhow, like I said, the whole reason I'm even doing this is because it would be nice to have some growth or whatever. It would be nice to have a little bit more hair growth, especially if it's something that I can do about it. And I know it's a lot of brothers who are 40 or over, 30 and over, 20, 25 and over, who can identify with the struggle and want to see if this stuff works. So like I said, this is day 25. We're going to keep on going. Let me know if you want one of these sheets and that I use to track my journey, and I can create a PDF or something like that, maybe even a picture, and post it in the comments or whatever. Just let me know though if that's something that people would want. But yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if you're doing this and where you are in your journey, and eat your pumpkin seeds. Oh yeah, another thing I was doing is, even affirming, just kind of like just stating my belief in my hair, kind of rejuvenating and everything. To some that might sound wacky, but I do believe that there's power in words. The Bible says death and life are in the power of the tongue. And I really do believe that. And I'm willing to kind of like do stuff to kind of almost, that would seem silly to some, because I really believe that that's true. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, share with a friend. Have a good one.